if you can explain what is the crack?
Hey,
The crack.
How can I have the crack? What's the crack?
what is the crack? You are the crack.
Welcome back to Audio Crack. It is a Wednesday. You'll probably listen to this on Thursday morning. Vice presidential debate just happened. We're not going to get into that, but we have Jack Mack coming on next week. That'll be fun. We're here with Glenny Balls. Glenny, thank you for taking the time to come on. Glenny was a last minute addition, and he was down to crack. So,
I'm down to crack, dude.
dude, I'm hyped. Glenny, you know what's crazy? You started the spring of 2017, correct?
No, I was September 16th, 2016.
2016. Okay. So yeah.
So fall 2016.
Yeah. So I started the summer of 2017. So about a year after you. That was like a fun time in Barstool, but you've gone through like all the eras.
Yeah, I've gone through a lot of phases. A lot of different phases. There's been many phases. I've had some ups and downs in my 8 years.
I'm climbing out of a down right now. I'm trying to trend the upward. Like, how's that go? Like, how would you describe?
Dude, it happens naturally, but I will vividly remember this. I remember one thing Trent said to me years ago, like 2017, 2018 was like, this job is a roller coaster. People will hate you for a year or two. They'll love you for a year or two, hate you for a year or two. And that's just how it works. And I did not believe it at the time because I started at Barstool. I was like very, very popular immediately. Like within 6 months, I was on our Comedy Central show. I bartended Westwood. I was live on Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
I think in like the first month, I had like 35,000 followers on Twitter in like a month. It was fucking insane. And then I actually, very funny enough, I had this girl on OnlyStans a few weeks ago. The episode will be out in a few weeks. Lindsay Palos.
Mm-hmm.
I vividly remember Lindsay Palos and Riggs got into a fight on Twitter. And Lindsay is this beautiful woman. Like she's one of the hottest girls ever. And I was 20 years old, young, dumb joking. I just tweeted at her. I was like, hey, Lindsay, like all these Barstool guys aren't so bad. Like, let me take you on a date or something. And then all these stoolies just started calling me like, oh, like, fuck you, you fat loser, blah, blah, blah. And there was a huge downfall for like 3 or 4 years. And I literally told Lindsay that. I was like, you're the reason that the internet hated me for years. I hope you know that. And we thought it was funny. She's great. But looking back on it, who gives a shit? But then I remember like probably a good 3 years, I was like doing nothing, like trying to figure out shit to do. It's so hard to figure out what to do because like one of the best things here is Dave always says, just go do what you want. But when when you're young and don't know how to do anything or what you want to do, there's nothing to do. So like, I remember I was in a meeting with Dave and Dave was just like I review pizzas. Why don't you like go try burgers and beers? So I just did that for like 5 years. And like, it wasn't a successful show or anything, but I did that for probably 4 years. And then me and Smitty did some gaming stuff that was good. And then I really remember I just got a call from our former head of content. Like, hey, do you want to go to Chad Ochocinco's house and eat ice cream? And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And then we did that for 4 years. Yeah. And yeah, now we're okay. But there was it's a roller coaster.
It is. I mean, it's crazy what the audience, like, for example, you were just fucking around on the internet, but showing any amount of horniness towards anybody else on the internet from Barstool causes instant hate. Like I'm seeing with Nicky Smokes, he's getting it right now because he started dating one of the interns. Mm-hmm. And like now everyone's like, oh, fuck Nicky Smokes.
Dude, like I literally had Lindsay on the show last week. So the tweets fresh in my brain because I had to look it up to mention to her.
Yeah. And
it was literally like the most harmless tweet ever. It was like, cause she was saying, she tweeted, I guess like how bad Barstool guys are or something. Yeah. So I tweeted like, hey, Lindsay, I'm a nice guy. I work here. Just wanted to like prove to you that we're not all that bad. I have zero money to offer, but like would love to take you out or something. Like something like that. That was like the exact wording of it. And then it was just a barrage. And I was like, holy shit. That was the first time I've ever like really seen hate.
Well, freaking happened to Francis, right? Way back in the day when he DM'd a Sports Illustrated model.
I don't remember that. Probably.
Like, and Dave yelled at him for him, which I think, I don't know, there's something different that, but same type of thing.
But once they got, and then for like 2-3 years, the comments were brutal,
dude. I mean,
and that was also my fattest. That was when I was peak fat,
dude. That was during the coal mines of the internet. We kind of work in
crazy.
I mean, people like the it's not like we're actually getting black lung, like breathing in the coal dust in the coal mines, but like the workers, the job, like the harms of the job, mostly mental, but it does get up on you. It does. Yeah.
And I know people will say, oh, no way you're being serious. Like I really did not read it often.
Yeah.
But every now and then you do catch yourself reading it. And now it's like,
You catch a stray and then you're like, oh, fuck, I'm in a bad mood. It's hard.
yeah. I mean, I had so many, I had every comment was just like, this fat fuck's not going to make it till 30. That was every comment.
Oh my God.
It was bad. Like I would venture if you got like people that know the history of like just comments and shit.
Yeah.
Mine were really, really bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough, like, but persevering, getting through that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just rolling with the punches. I mean, it is like people, talk about content creation and they're like, oh man, like, people will be like, I have this idea. Why don't you do this? Like, there's so much more that goes into it. Like, hell, creating this podcast was like, there's so much that goes into it, and coming up with ideas every fucking week, twice a week. It's hard.
It's interesting. And then it's just, I would suggest any person in content, just don't listen to the comments.
Yeah.
Don't listen. I remember, I think Brendan Clancy told me and Maria that when we were babies,
Yeah.
he was like, just so you know, for every really, really bad comment, there's probably 10 people thinking it's good that just it's very rare for people to comment, oh my God, that's awesome, as opposed to go die.
Happy people don't say anything.
That's what I wanted to insinuate, but I wanted to insinuate in like not the meanest way.
Yeah.
I don't know many happy people that are internet commenters.
No. When more that like, if you have a positive reaction, you're more likely to be, oh, then scroll by. But like, if you're like, I hate this, you're more likely to comment it.
Exactly.
Also, I talked about this before. The negative comments spike during the holidays. Because people around their families, they're retreating from their families that may piss them off and going online and commenting mean shit.
And I think like they're just a more stressful time in general. For people.
Yeah. January, right after the holidays, there's a huge uptick in like, quote unquote depressing times of the year. And
for me, it's more, I'll read like I get sad if I get a bad Instagram comment.
Yeah.
That actually makes me sad because Instagram, I see every comment, et cetera. It's the bad Instagram comment will make me sad.
Because people are actually more likely to comment on Instagram, hype you up.
Yes.
Be like, yo, dude, look like great.
If I see something on TikTok, whatever, Reddit obviously is horrible, but Instagram will hit you. Instagram hits you bad.
Reddit's the double-edged sword because I used to love a lot of the content on Reddit, but I had to quit it.
You know what the bad part about Instagram, the worst part about it is there's really not many troll accounts.
Right.
Like if a troll account is telling me anything, I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
But if it's like someone's authentic real account and they're commenting on anything, I'm like, damn, that kind of hurts.
Yeah.
Because they know they're putting it out there for the public to see too.
And they're putting their own name behind it.
Yeah. They're confident enough to put their name behind it.
And you can't just like screenshot their profile picture and reply to them, be like, dude, you're talking shit. Like,
no, I've never done that. I'll maybe be like, every now and then if I'm like, even if I'm drunk sometimes, I get my DMs.
Yeah.
I'll like look at my DMs and I'll see some guy just being like, go kill yourself. I'll just be like, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
then most of the time they're just like, oh my God, I never thought you'd see that. I'm so sorry. And then,
I mean, I had some guy, I hit him with betterhelp.com a lot.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, like there's something going on with you. You need to like talk something through. Brianna. So this is actually a crazy story.
I saw this. Was this recent?
Yeah. So this is actually the craziest story. So some basically what we now know is a fake account DM'd Brianna and was like, I don't even know what she said, but something very mean, like your outfit's terrible or whatever. And then Brianna put this person on blast because it was just a heinously bad comment and like, as she should. But turns out it was my bro's girlfriend's pictures that were being used on a fake account. And it was basically something purpose, like being a hate. So like, there's so many photos.
So it was trying to look real. Got a bunch of followers, was like basically catfishing people on Hinge, but also using this profile to like DM celebrities, trying to like ruin this girl's image. So I get a call. I'm playing pickup basketball. I get a call from my bro and he's like, yo, dude, like, do you know like Brianna and Grace? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, well, like really crazy story, but Brianna's posting stuff of my girlfriend on her Instagram and like, it's not her real account. It's someone using a different name, which is just like a diabolical, like terrible shit. And it's like, if anyone made fake accounts of us, like we're on the internet, people could be like, wait, that's not him. But like random people who just have a full Instagram page, just saving all their photos and then just pretending they're someone else. That's like real catfish shit.
Yeah.
That's vintage catfish stuff.
But this is diabolical to DM a celebrity some heinous shit that would actually cause the reaction of, I'm just going to expose this person and then have their face like get the brunt of it. That's fucked up.
People are wild.
People are wild. So you have lost a ton of weight recently. You're looking amazing.
I do. I think I've noticed I lose weight in sectors.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like my peak, I remember my peak I ever weighed myself was, it was like probably Labor Day weekend, 2018. I was 355, which is fucking huge.
Yeah.
That is massive.
Yeah.
Massive. I remember, and then I was drinking beer. I cut out beer at the time, which helped. Cutting out beer was awesome. And then I got down to like, what was it probably? Actually have it written down.
Nice.
I have kept a count on my phone since 2018.
Labor Day is tough because it's the end of the summer.
I remember I actually weighed myself in the bathroom in the old back left bathroom at work. And it was
shit bathroom.
Yeah, the shit bathroom.
Fucking thing.
So 9/01/18, 355.
Wow.
And then, like I said, the sectors. So then I didn't write it down for 2 years. Then I have 113.20, 326. So like, then nothing really. Then like right around COVID, like 325. So I went into COVID, 325. Then I got down to, let's see, down to COVID. I'm seeing here 914.20, 292.4.
Oh, wow.
But then fucking I ballooned back up like an idiot. 315, I'm seeing 1129.21. And then basically got that back down to like mid 290s from like September 22, I'm looking at right now, till this new year. And new year, so right now I'm 267.
Nice.
But it's like a sector. It's like I'll do like 25 some point, 25 some, maybe gain back some more. I'm really excited. I told my friends I want to do when I get to 255 for 100 pound, if I ever do it.
Yeah.
Little pop off at Outback Steakhouse on me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Outback, especially the one near this office.
Yeah.
You can have a fucking fun time.
Yeah. Granted, it may have taken 6 or 7 years, but if I get down 100 from my top, I think that's dinner worthy. Yeah. But granted, the Outback may be so much that I may add weight back. Dude, but it might be worth it, Outback.
Outback's so sick because you can get hammered for a reasonable price.
I've actually never drank it at Outback.
Oh, really?
Like Outback was my place of business when I was a young, larger gentleman, big time.
Oh, like, that was lunch.
All the good stuff. Not even lunch. Just like if I was going to for like a pig out meal, Outback's my favorite. I fucking love Outback.
Dude, cutting out beer is tough. I think if I got to the point where it's like no more beer, I don't think I'd even drink.
I can't even think about drinking beer now. I will say recently that I've drank beer 3 times in the last 5 years, probably. Both beer Olympics, which is so hard. You start with the 3 beer chug, the boot, and you chug 3 beers immediately. You're like, you're going to die. It's horrible. It's so much beer.
Yeah.
And then actually this past weekend, I was in LA with a few of my buddies. It was so coincidentally, actually, the last time I got drunk on beer in a while was this. So last weekend, I'm in LA with my buddies. There's this cheese store that's down there in Beverly Hills. It's awesome. Cheese store, Beverly Hills. I've become friends with the owner. And they have this basement in the place, like basically set up almost like an old Italy room, like red checker tables, all the meats drying on the ceiling, etc. Put on whatever music you want. We threw on like Sinatra and shit. And then they have Peroni on tap there.
Oh, Peroni's dope.
The Peroni on tap is phenomenal. So we hung out there for like 3 hours. I banged out a few, and I was the first time I felt like, wow, I feel pretty good on beer right now.
The thing is that beer gets me like, it gives like an immediate buzz. Like if you were to drink a shot, it kicks in, like for me, at least it kicks in later. And it doesn't have that like buzz that just hits you. It's kind of like slower. It stacks up, whereas beer is almost just like straight to the bloodstream for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a different way. Like I used to drink so much beer. I like the famous heavy beer that people love. I drink that all the time. And it was a lot. And then just even like thinking about cutting out beer, just like when you go out to the bar, and let's say you're pre-gaming, having a good pre-game, there's like 120 ounces of just liquid already in your body before you even go out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So moral of the story, high noons and just vodka. Those are my two. I mean, I know it's all another form of vodka, but that's what I drink. Those are my 2 things.
How was your beer Olympics experience? I mean, that's a pretty
Beer Olympics
high esteemed event.
Is fun. But like I said, starting off with, and we all said it after this year. Yeah. Starting off on the 3 beer chug is fucking insane. Yeah. It's just too much. And it's like, I'm not a really good beer drinker, so it's hard to get down. But then you got like this year, Bert's wife, Leanne, was there. Yeah. Like we got this We got Brianna. Last year we had Callie. We had Hardy's wife with us.
Yeah.
I think and Callie's a fucking beast, so she was fine with it. But I was just saying, like, we got these little ladies doing 3 beer chugs. We could at least maybe like change it for body size.
Yeah.
There's no world where Callie or Leanne Kreischer should be doing a 3 beer chug with Taylor Lewan and David Bakhtiari. Like, there should be some sort of
scale. Weight limits in beer drinking.
Literally, it's like not. Taylor got it down in I think 5 seconds.
Oh my God,
it's ridiculous.
When the whole thing was going down, when like people were bowing out of the beer Olympics this year, I texted Will and I was like, "Yo, dude, if you need somebody," and he left me on red.
I mean, I literally was there by chance. And he was just like, "Oh, you want to do it?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So then we did it, and I mean, this year my partner was Chris O'Connor from Stuff Island. He was on tires. Great guy. Me and him did decent. I think we won Flip Cup, but then we did not do good after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to get hazy.
It's just the like, I know I said I don't get drunk off beer that easily, but just starting off with 3 is really.
Yeah. Who's keeping track of the beer Olympics?
There's like 5 refs. I mean, last year, Dean Blandino was literally ref. I don't think he was there this year.
Yeah.
But my biggest not complaint, it's still a great day, is the 3 beer.
Yeah.
3 beer chug to start. But I mean, the actual day itself is so much fun because by the 3 hours in, no one really cares. Like, everyone's just partying kind of. And Taylor, the first thing I said to Taylor last year, I was like, dude, I'm a pool enthusiast. I love pools. They're one of my favorite things in the world, just to hop at a pool with a drink or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You have an unbelievable pool, because I've been to many houses, like I'm being on like Long Island. I'm not, but there's a lot of my friends have really nice houses, pools. Yeah. And a few of them, they'll throw the pools in the back of the yard. It's not the centerpiece of the yard. A good pool yard centerpiece where you could like hang out with people outside the pool. And Taylor's got the hot tub built in. It's fantastic.
The only angle with that is kids growing up. That's why they always put it like somewhere fenced off so that like kid doesn't wander into the pool by accident.
Well, maybe if I ever get a pool, if I'm lucky enough to get a pool.
Yeah.
I just got a notification from Lindsay Palos.
Oh, what she have to say?
But it says post unavailable. What was it, Lindsay?
Someone who blocked you?
No way, she blocked me.
No, someone was it her post, or
did she like maybe make a post and tag me and then fucking delete it? Whatever.
Or maybe it's someone who's private.
That would break my heart, but she was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she tagged you?
Yeah. It's a post from Lindsay Palos and it says post unavailable.
What if she doesn't have you blocked, right?
No, I don't think so. She was a sweetheart, but I'm sorry. I just had to check that.
Yeah, no worries. But so you've been to a lot of spots and met a lot of interesting people.
I guess I would say I am lucky enough to have. Yeah.
I mean, those Sunday conversations, like you've been to Liver King Ranch.
I have been.
I'm very envious of that. I'm still trying to get the invite. He said I could come down, but he hasn't responded.
Yeah, Liver King Ranch was an interesting spot.
Yeah, like what kind of setup does he have?
It was not like absurd.
Yeah.
It was awesome though. It was like a really nice house, 2 chefs on call, like the liver chefs, I believe they're called. And then like where we shot, it was one of our few outdoor shoots. He has like a creek almost down below the house. And it's like almost like a cool like bar setup. It was almost kind of the vibe he had there. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't like a creek where you could jump in the water, but it's just like surrounded by water. There was a bar with, I remember, a few decorations. It was a cool vibe.
Yeah. Liver King update. He's on Liver King 3.0.
Okay.
The guy can't see out of his left eye. He's somehow lost sight in one of his eyes from I probably like blood pressure and steroid abuse.
I'm not gonna say anything on Mr. King on that.
He's already admitted.
He actually was nice though.
I know he's a very nice guy. I met him too, but would love to get down to Liver King Ranch and do the barbarian. The
one thing I remember about Liver King Ranch, we did it in the middle of July. It was hot. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, was
Texas in July is gross.
Outside Austin or
he was like an hour and a half north of Houston.
Oh, of Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it was he was like middle of nowhere.
Was his cattle on the property?
I don't remember much. I remember seeing a fucking awesome view on the other side we shot. I don't remember much. That was 2.5 years ago now.
Wow.
More 2 years.
Top 3 Sunday conversations.
Do you mean favorite or best videos, do you think?
No, favorite from you personally.
Okay.
Top 3 Sunday conversations, not the actual product, your experience where you met somebody.
Okay. So top 3 experience.
Yeah.
Because people do ask me that a lot. And I think the best Sunday conversations probably off the top of my head is Kodak Black.
Yeah.
Kevin Gates and Drake.
Right.
Those are easily the 3 best.
Yeah.
But were they the craziest experiences? Only one of those was, and it was Drake, obviously. I mean, Drake was one of the cooler guys I've come across. And I'm not like, don't take this the wrong way, Drake, if you happen to see this. Like, it's not like I was the biggest Drake fan in the world,
Right.
but just to go to his house was awesome. And then he was just so friggin' fun and cool and nice. And then when we're done, we had gone to dinner the night before at a place that was like closing at 9:30. And we said to ourselves, oh, what does this whole city close at 10? So Drake, when we're done, Drake's like, oh, what are you guys doing tonight? We said, oh, we're going to go to the McDonald's next to our hotel and celebrate. He was like, no, I got you guys.
Whoa.
He's like, come to this restaurant, Soto. He's mentioned in a few songs my friends say. It's like, come to this restaurant in a half hour. We get there, me and Caleb get there. There's already a guy in a OVO sweatshirt outside. Walk up to the hostess. We're like, hey, we're here for Drake.
Aubrey.
Walk upstairs. They escort us upstairs. I don't even know he's there yet. They escort us upstairs. Caleb goes to our table to the right. I go to pee to the left. I'm walking to the bathroom. I just hear, that's Glenny Balls from Drake. And I was just like, that's Drake. And then I just went to pee. And then we go back to the table. So me, Caleb, our whole crew came, like 8 of us at our table at the end. And then he was sitting with his fellas on the in the wine cellar. And then he just came back and forth the whole night. We talked, shot the shit, had some shots. He was the man.
That's awesome.
He was amazing. He was so friggin' fun.
How Canadian is his crew?
I was just him and like two or three friends. His friends didn't really come over to us. He was just like, he was basically like, it was us, another table and his table. He was basically like working the room. Like,
After hours?
I guess he knew one of the other people there. So he was like, oh, going to that table, coming to hang out with us. He was awesome.
Oh, that's just
and like just seeing him as he was leaving, like in his fur coat, I was like, holy shit, that's literally Drake.
Whoa.
And then we go to pay. Obviously he paid for it because he's fucking Drake. And then we go to pay. It's like, no, it's all taken care of. He paid for everything. I was like, all class.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I just remember that video of those dudes who jumped Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Because they were playing that song by Kendrick. And Rick Ross was playing it in Toronto, and like a bunch of like Canadian dudes, like white Canadian dudes, were jumping Rick Ross. And I was like, wait a second.
No, no. But it was cool to just even like get there and just see the guy in the OVO sweatshirt already at the door. Like on patrol. But that, and then I always say the other two, which I'm sure you'll love, was Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah.
He was unbelievable. Like, I'm not going to get into what we talked about, but
just totally zen.
We had some beverages and broed out for hours.
No way.
He was amazing.
What does he drink?
I think we were drinking margaritas. It was over the summer. It was at Lake Tahoe. He had a private chef, Chef Justine, who was amazing. We love Chef Justine. And then as soon as we walked in, he was like, hey, you guys want margaritas? And we just hung out for hours. And that was really, I would say that was our first really big celebrity hang that we did.
Whoa.
Like we've done a few, we had a few beers with Post Malone after.
Oh yeah.
We did, and this is the best part of the show. Like being able to actually hang out with the people is fucking awesome. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There were some other really good hangs.
If I ever could get Aaron Rodgers.
There's one more in my head that I'll talk about as well, but my top 3 are easily Rodgers, Drake, and Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran was
class.
It's my phone background. It's still my phone background, me, Caleb, and Ed Sheeran. It was,
oh my God.
Ed Sheeran.
I heard he puts him back.
Ed Sheeran, in the interview we did, Caleb asked him, what's his favorite movie? And in my head, I'm sitting there. I'm like, if this fucking Englishman says Goodfellas, I'm going to freak out right now. And he just goes, probably Goodfellas. So I'm like, holy shit, that's my favorite movie ever. It's the best movie ever. We do the show in the day. We do it at Arrowhead, actually. So then we go to Ed's concert. Then as soon as it's done, his people bring us down into this green room. He's sitting there eating a steak by himself in a Sunday Conversation shirt. He has Goodfellas pulled up on like Amazon. And I'm like, what are we doing? He goes, we're drinking and watching Goodfellas. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
So then we just started getting, like, he was drinking his wine. I was drinking my vodka, and we had the best time. We had so much fun. And then that was also the night of, I think it was one of those like Jake Paul fights. We watched that.
Yeah.
And we just hung out. And then at one point we realized we were in the Chiefs locker room. So we were like roaming around the Chiefs locker room. That's where the green room was. And then he was flying out the next morning. So he basically hung out with us till like 3 or 4 a.m. And we just sat in Arrowhead till 3 or 4 a.m. and just had the most fun with Ed Sheeran ever. Ed Sheeran was the nicest, most fun human being ever. Like, he's one person, I will say, he doesn't have a phone. So there's no way to contact him. Like, we had so much fun. We're like, I wouldn't have even felt bad asking for his number because we had that much fun, but he doesn't have a phone. So I was just like, there's no way I could ever contact him. Like, every like now and then we'll write in our Sunday Conversation group chat and just be like, I miss Ed. Like, he was awesome. He was so cool.
When did you realize you were in the locker room?
So I figured it out because they have the big curtain up.
Yeah.
I went to go pee. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm walking down the hallway. I'm like, is that fucking Mahomes' locker? And it was. We ran in the locker room. So we were in the locker room. It was a blast. It was so cool.
Like an hour or two in, or like an hour and a half in?
Probably pretty far in.
That's crazy.
Because they did a good job concealing it. We had no clue we were in the locker room. But it makes sense. I mean, the Chiefs locker room, that's where Ed Sheeran should be if he's playing Arrowhead.
Right.
But I'm trying to think. Let me look at Caleb's Instagram because he has all the episodes like on his, because he has all the episodes like on his Instagram. So let me see some other great ones.
Wild. I mean, Ed Sheeran.
I mean, Hardy's amazing. Quinn Ewers was awesome.
I love Hardy.
We like spent Hardy's the best.
Dude, Hardy's music, like it's one of those things where I can play when I work out, but then like truck bed comes on and then like
you can work out the truck bed.
Yeah, truck bed's sick.
Hardy, like we've been lucky enough to get pretty close to him. Like it's awesome to like say you're good friends with like your favorite music artist.
Yeah, like Sold Out.
He's so good.
Yeah, his song Sold Out's sick.
Sold Out. I mean, I could get into this for a while, and I hope he doesn't think I'm fanboying too much, but I love Sold Out. I love Truck Bed, obviously. Kill Shit Till I Die.
Yeah.
It's an insane song. Jack is one of my favorite songs. 3006 rocks. You got to go to a Hardy concert. Have you ever been to one?
No, I haven't.
They're awesome.
I mean, it's one of those things where you can't like, you can play it at a pregame with the boys, but like if you ever like played in the car with mixed company, they're like, what the hell is this?
Oh, we've done that many times.
Yeah.
Like when we were driving to his shoot, like I'm sitting there because like he also has a bunch of country stuff.
Yeah.
And then we had like some of our video guys in the car who didn't know like who we were even interviewing.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there playing like radio song and they're like, what is this? I'm like, this is who we're going to interview, pal.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where I think he understands this. Like some of his music's like a little screamo. I met Zach Bryan a couple times and I know I like was seriously fanboying him. And it's honestly like, I'm like happy just being a fan. Like I don't need to like hit you up all the time type thing.
Yeah, exactly. And my first country concert I ever went to, I was never really a country fan, was Hardy and Morgan at the Garden. So I didn't know one Hardy song when I went. I did not know one Hardy song. And now I know like every Hardy song.
Dude, when did Morgan Wallen?
You know, actually fun fact about the first Morgan one we did, I wasn't there.
Oh.
And I was so mad because I'm such a big Darius Rucker fan. So I'm a huge Hootie fan.
Right.
This is before I ever really liked country. This was 2020. It was when Morgan had just released More Than My Hometown. I don't even know. But at the time we were doing 2 Sunday Conversations.
Uh-huh.
So I had gotten assigned to do Doug Flutie in Florida. And then we had to get someone else to do ice cream for the Morgan shoot. And so then Za went to a 4-place scramble to do it at Troubadour in Nashville. I believe the scramble was Hardy, Morgan, Jaco, and then Darius Rucker. So Za was going to get to spend the day with Darius Rucker. And I remember being so fucking mad that Za was going to have to hang out with Darius Rucker all day.
So wait, Caleb was doing both of them, right?
No. So actually Caleb and Roan first started doing Sunday Conversations the first year. So I was doing both. So I would go, we'd be 1 week I'd be with Roan, 1 week I'd be with Caleb, but we scheduled Flutie and Morgan on the same day. And then Morgan was going to be with Darius all day at that 4-man scramble. So I was like, oh man, this stinks. I got to miss out on hanging out with Darius because I was such a big Darius fan at the time.
Yeah.
Like Darius, maybe when we did Darius on Sunday, that may be the one where my heart was beating. I fucking love Darius Rucker.
Wow.
I'm a huge Hootie and Blowfish fan. But Kygo, Jameis Winston was fucking awesome. Jelly Roll, we smoked weed with Jelly. I haven't smoked weed in years. Years.
I can't even smoke weed anymore. I don't like. I haven't smoked weed in like 5 years. Every time I do it, like
me out.
I get sketched out. I understand people who like weed.
If I've gotten high one time actually, and it was fucking awesome. We already mentioned Hardy and Morgan, but Ernest one time got me so high, and it was the first time I immediately told him, I was like, "This is the first time I've ever felt like truly high," and it was awesome. Like it was that was really the first time I ever hung out with Ernest. He just brought me to their record label, and we smoked a little bit, and then he's like the smartest person in the world. And he just starts playing these songs. And I immediately say to him, like, dude, did you were those like on an upcoming album or something? He just goes, no, I just came up with that in my head. I was like, what kind of fucking wizard are you? So then to just sit there high, seeing that. And they had some Greek desserts in the refrigerator. We had those. And let me tell you, being that high and having dessert food, also out of body experience. It was fantastic.
You're talking about Ernest, the country singer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I've gotten high and it's been okay. Yeah. Like getting so high, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm about to go schizophrenic.
Yeah. That was the only time I've ever really gotten high.
Yeah.
One time I had a edible in college, and I don't even count that kind of because I almost feel like you. Like the only thing I remember about college, because I remember we would smoke in college a little bit. I never the whole time be like, I don't think I feel high. I don't think I feel high. And then I had one brownie. I remember just sitting there like feeling that I couldn't move. Like my brain was there, but my body wasn't.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, I'm not really a weed guy.
Oh, dude, that reminds me of a story. I got like one time in college, I got high on a Sunday night, and we had like our dorm, like our specific dorm with our RA. We'd have like pizza, but some of them would be like themed. So I was just like high. I was like, oh shit, there's pizza. And I went into this dorm meeting, and apparently it was about like mental health struggles in the dorm. And like I sat down and was eating pizza, and they're like, okay, we're all going to go around the room and talk about mental health struggles. And I just like, people started talking, but I was so high, I started dying laughing. And I just like, I was like, oh my God, wait, I can't be in this like therapy session.
No, no, you can't. Because you laugh a lot.
You laugh. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I literally just said, I'm high. I just went back to my room.
Okay, wait, I'm seeing some more now. Let's see what other ones we got. What was another good one? Chase Rice was a great day. That was really fun. Brian Urlacher, like that was, I remember we did Brian Urlacher super early on.
Yeah.
And compared to like how much we've hung out with the guests now, it was like nothing, but it was more of just like, we did the episode and then there was the Ryder Cup was on. We just sat with him for like an hour and watched the Ryder Cup. And at the time we were just like, oh, this is fucking sick. We're sitting here with Brian Urlacher watching the Ryder Cup. It's awesome.
Dude, like how does his hair actually look nowadays?
It didn't look bad.
Yeah.
It didn't look bad at all. And I remember saying to myself, I didn't know that he fucking got hair.
Oh.
So I was stunned at that. Jimmy John was insane.
How did
MGK.
Caleb and Jimmy John become such good friends?
Caleb and Jimmy John met through Caleb doing that the Jim McElwain video with the shark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy. Were you there for that Theo Vaughn, Morgan Wallen commercial you did?
No, I was, we did the shoot with Quinn Ewers the day before and they had to go to Nashville to do that.
Before we get into the rest of the show with Glenny Balls, where we get into some behind the scenes of his favorite Sunday conversations, I just wanted to talk to you about the chillest, awesomest app on the App Store, top finance app on the App Store. I want to talk to you about Dub. Dub is our presenting sponsor. If it wasn't for Dub, you wouldn't be listening right now. Dub is a marketplace for investing. They've built a marketplace where you can copy the investments of great traders, or you can be one of the traders who gets copied. It's a democratization of access to hedge funds. You don't need $1 million or $1 billion to get some of the insane returns that some of these traders are giving to those who give them these large amounts of money. You can just, with your savings, not $1 million, not $1 billion, get the same types of returns and follow the same type of investing advice, such as from the top hedge fund managers. Portfolios are based on politicians, insiders, and hedge funds. Users have built portfolios that track their public trade filings. One of the top performers is the Pelosi portfolio. It's up over 70% this year. There's portfolios built by up-and-coming traders. Users have also built portfolios trading tons of unique strategies. Some that are even beating Pelosi and now have thousands of copiers. Best part is no one can fake performance because this is the first regulated copy trading platform. The company is regulated. Dub Capital is an SEC registered investment advisor, and Dub Financial is a broker-dealer member of FINRA, just like Fidelity or Schwab. They are also SIPC insured up to $500K. SEC's involved. That's not the Southeastern Conference. Those are the guys who can send you to jail. The Securities and Exchange Commission. And the best part is the trades happen automatically. So I just put my money in there and I don't have to check the market every day. I don't have to, spend time not doing my job, making sure that during trading hours, what, the market's doing, because there's people who do that for their job who are way better at it. And guess what? Those people can take care of your money while you just chill. You just set and forget it. Once I press copy, everything happens automatically. When the portfolio trades, you trade. So I'd recommend, trying out the app, download it, go to dubapp.com-Billy, sign up for a 1 week free trial at Dub, cancel at any time, invite friends to get $20 each. So you could actually send to a group chat of 10 dudes your link and get $20 for each of them. That's $200 that you can then invest and hopefully grow into something. Please check out Dub. That's dubapp.com-Billy. Barstool Sports is a paid promoter for Dub and receives compensation for the promotion of its services. This is not investment advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results. And now, back to Glenny.
Do you know Nikki Quinn?
I don't think I know Nikki Quinn.
Okay. Nikki Quinn had a question. Why do you have a Donkey Kong tattoo with a Rangers jersey on?
Well, I'm a fan of the New York Rangers. I love the New York Rangers. And Donkey Kong, at the time, he still is my favorite like Mario character. I guess I was having a bit of a college crisis. I was going to UAlbany at the time. I didn't really like it very much. But I was going back for my third semester, so second year. And I just hated it. I remember me and my buddy got a tattoo right before we started the semester. And I was like, oh, how about Donkey Kong in a Rangers jersey? And that's what I did. And I don't regret it. I like it. I see it every now and then getting out of the shower and I giggle to myself.
When did you remember that one time I was in college and I saw you tweet that you needed a place to stay up by UAlbany? So I actually went to school near UAlbany, like an hour away in Williamstown, Massachusetts.
Thank you, Billy, for offering that.
I forget what you were like trapped up there.
Dude, I basically was trapped up there. I was so scared. It wasn't that we were trapped. I don't remember what it was. So I went up to visit some of my friends and I worked at Barstool at the time.
Yeah.
And I went up to visit some of my friends. I was staying with one of them that still lived up there. And I forgot what the actual thing was. And we were like, someone like drove back home to New York. Someone needed a car and then we had no car to get home. And this is when I was like, not that I don't come to work, but I was like, if I'm not in work tomorrow, Monday, like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Like, I was so scared. I was like, I have to get to work. I remember being so scared. And also one thing about me, I will say is I don't know what the word to describe it is. I'm very fucking plan oriented.
Right.
I hate waiting. I hate not knowing what my plan is when I'm traveling or anything. I hate late people. I just don't like it. It just like freaks, like makes my heart like cry, makes my tummy.
Yeah.
I just hate that. Like even if let's say I have a trip planned for 2 weeks and I get a text, we have a Sunday conversation that same day. And I know I have to like change my plans around. Like I know we have time to do it, but it's still just like my stomach curls. I hate like changing plans, not knowing plans, last minute things. I'm just a very plan oriented person. And like, so there's not knowing that, just sitting. I remember sitting on my buddy's couch, just not knowing how we were getting home. When we were getting home, I was like, should we get on a bus? Should we get on a train? Should we wait? No, it was my hell.
I understand that. I'm more of like, I like having a plan, but I like being able to change the plan for the conditions that be. Improvising and adapting to a plan.
That's fair. I'm good with that for like a night out.
Okay.
Like for me, anyone that knows me, anyone that's friends with me knows like I like to be kind of the leader of the group. I like to pick where we're going to dinner, where we're going out, what's going to happen. Because I think I'm good at it. I think many people will say I'm good at it. I think if I'm at dinner with my friends, a lot of times they'll be like, oh, don't even order. I mean, don't even look at a menu. You could order. That's my biggest compliment I could possibly get is my favorite compliment is you're just good at arranging, I think.
Oh, so
I love that.
You're a facilitator.
I think that's a fair thing. Like that gets me the horniest in the world is you're a facilitator.
You order for the table.
Like if I'm at dinner, yeah, absolutely. Like if I'm at dinner with someone and I've had someone before multiple times that I've enjoyed say, I'm not even looking at the menu when you order. And I was like, that's the biggest compliment you could possibly give me.
That's awesome. So getting into the beginning of OnlyStans.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
So OnlyStans, I remember I wrote a blog in like January of 2022, I think it was, about just like my top 5 OnlyFans power rankings, just like 5 girls I liked on OnlyFans. And I fucking wrote them down, put them in there. One of the girls reached out to me and said, hey, I love the blog. Can I, if like I'm in New York, can I ever collaborate with you or something on anything? I was like, maybe we'll figure something out. I remember Marty was doing that. Marty, Jerry, and Terry, I think.
Yeah.
Or Walk the Line, Mush the Line.
Yeah.
At the time. And it was getting like 3,000 views a day, kind of, something like that. And it was about just interviewing random people. And one day Marty was out or something. He said, you want to do something? I said, sure. Can I interview an OnlyFans model, actually? He said, I won't be there. Do whatever you want. Had this girl come in. She was a very well-endowed queen. They got like 50K views in like 6 hours.
Whoa.
So I was like, oh, there's something there. People are horny. And now we're here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
It's been a fun roller coaster.
Now tell me about some of those experiences compared to Sunday conversation.
It's definitely a different type of experiences.
Like some of these places you go to interview some of these OnlyFans models, like, you know, it's not Drake's mansion.
No, it's mostly what we'll do here or what we've been doing recently, which is way better. I think it's so much easier is just like go to LA or Miami and just do like 8 in 2 days.
The hot spots are
LA and Miami.
Yeah.
It's LA, Miami, and then Scottsdale, Vegas, a little bit in Austin, a little bit in Nashville, a little bit in Tampa, But LA and Miami are definitely.
I'd feel like they'd go to the places with no income tax. Like Florida, Texas. I feel like LA would be.
LA, I think, well, that's where the whole, I'm not saying the OnlyFans girls are all doing porn because they're not.
Right.
But I guess maybe that's just where that's where both the porn industry is rooted and acting. There's a lot of girls that are just, and also modeling.
Right.
There's a bunch of girls on OnlyFans that are in the porn industry that also do OnlyFans. There's a bunch of girls that are in modeling that also do OnlyFans. There's a bunch of girls that want to be actors or have acted and are on OnlyFans. Like last week, I did Lindsay Palos. Absolutely beautiful angel. She's acted and she's a model. So it's like, she's got to be in LA.
So
there's just a lot of, respectfully, there's a lot of hot people on OnlyFans, and coincidentally, there's a lot of hot people in LA.
So of course there's the people who do porn on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
There's other people who just post like Instagram stuff.
Basically.
And
that's what so many people are shocked about. Like a lot of people will, like, girls will ask me and shit, be like, oh, like, I want to do one, but I don't want to post porn. I always say, like, you don't need to post porn in the slightest.
So what's like the most unique content that like gets a lot of subscriptions that isn't porn and isn't just...
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can post whatever you want. You can post gym stuff. You can post cooking. But there's so many girls that I know that basically they post a lot of, like, let's say bikini photos on their Instagrams or whatever, that they could then put on OnlyFans and make a pretty good amount of money and not even post a fucking nipple, and they would make bank, but they just don't want to do it because of the stigma. Because everyone does think the stigma is porn. It's really not porn.
There's so many athletes.
There's definitely porn for the record, but there's not. It's not everyone posts porn at all.
There's so many Olympians this year.
Yeah,
you might in order to promote OnlyFans, end up with a lot of interviews with like athletes. Have you interviewed any athletes? Like I know the blonde bomber who's a boxer has an OnlyFans.
Did Paige Van Zandt?
Oh yeah.
So I'm open to anyone. I love doing anyone. Like we did. Like I think it's more fun to do, honestly, people that are on OnlyFans that aren't for another reason. Like we had not for another reason, but like we had Brandy Roderick on like last week. Yeah. Brandy Roderick, I was excited to do this because it was fucking cool. She was she's like a legend. Like she was a name I like knew growing up. Remember Starsky and Hutch, the movie?
I think I was too young for that.
So either way, she was like Playmate of the Year 2001. She was on Baywatch. Like we also had Drea Di Matteo. Who does OnlyFans now, but Drea Di Matteo's Adriana from Sopranos.
Right.
Like, I would love to talk to Adriana from Sopranos. You know,
what type of content she's posting?
I don't want to speak on her content. I don't really know exactly what she's posting, but she has an OnlyFans.
Okay. Huh. I mean, interviewing all these OnlyFans models, what have you found is a common denominator?
I mean, a lot of them are just really fucking normal, cool people. What?
And they're just hot.
And they're just hot, and they realize that they're taking advantage of this absurd thing.
What is the average OnlyFans consumer?
I don't know. I can't speak on the fella. I mean, I'm sure it's just a lot of horny guys.
Dude, like how much, like I actually, as a joke, did Billy Feetball like back during COVID. And I was just posting like pictures of my feet and I thought it was funny. And then actually people, like I put my subscription as $100 because I thought no one's going to pay $100 for this. 10 people did.
Dude, I bet if you made Billy Feetball like $10 a month, you'd make a good amount of money.
Really?
Yeah.
Think about it. Now, so do you think, is there anyone you'd break for when they say, hey, would you make porn with me? Because there's been a lot of people I know who said they want to with you.
Is there anybody I would break that for? So it has to be on camera.
Has to be on camera.
No, there's no one I'd break it for.
Whoa.
Because if I'm doing it on camera, I would never be able to enjoy it. And I don't think if you can't enjoy it, what's the point? That's what I've said multiple times. That a few of them they've offered, and I'm like, you're a beautiful woman. But if I'm got to sit there and hold the camera, or if the pressure of then everyone I know seeing it, I won't be able to sit there and enjoy it.
That's a really good point. I mean, a lot of these male porn stars, like they have like, that's a hard job. It's like one of those things like dealing with internet comments, dealing with the work hazards of being a male porn star, like all the drugs you take. Like,
oh yeah, you gotta stay clean.
What have you heard about that sort of stuff?
I don't know much about the male porn star world. I don't think I've ever had a male on the show. So I don't know. I'm trying to get Johnny Sins. I've been trying to get Sins.
Oh, dude, that'd be, I mean, he's the most,
he's an icon.
The most jobs in the world.
Yeah, he's an astronaut. He's a doctor, plumber. I'd love to talk to him, but so I've,
he's sick at basketball.
Is he?
Yeah. I just saw a video of him shoot, or I think it was him, or it was another bald guy shooting hoops at a YMCA. And I was like, oh, that guy's.
Oh yeah. I mean, then again, all the male porn stars, they're also fucking hot studs.
Yeah, but like,
so who gives a fuck if they're seeing them naked? Like I was like, if I had a 6-pack and a fucking 10-inch dick, maybe I'd do porn
true.
too.
But I mean, a lot of them are taking like antidepressants to prevent themselves from like premature ejaculation.
Yeah. I don't know how the male porn star game works. I'm assuming there's like
Speaking of Paige
way
Van
more
Zandt,
pressure. Yes.
I've had this question, and I don't know if so. Weight cutting and being a certain weight is huge for fight sports, boxing, MMA. So some of these female fighters are getting implants, chest implants. One, I'm thinking, how much is that weighing in? Like, is it a disadvantage that you have to cut weight, like more weight because of your artificial implants that can't like get smaller from like cutting fat? Two, what happens if they get hit? That's just like a scientific question.
Gilly, I appreciate that you think that I'm some fake boob expert just because I talked to.
No, I don't think you're.
But I don't know what the answer would be.
That was just a question I'm posing that like, I kind of want to ask. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming at the might that some of the girls could hit, it would.
I mean, has one exploded ever?
I would also say people don't know this, but you could get like smaller fake boobs as well.
Yeah.
They don't all have to be like double, triple D's.
I heard there's like a saline, like you can have a 3-day boob job from like a saline injection.
I don't know that.
For like a trip to Vegas.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is that sounds dangerous. You could just get yourself fake boobs for a weekend in Vegas or Miami.
That would be.
That's a definition of dangerous.
Would you be down to do a little Sopranos trivia?
Yes, but I would like to clarify before we do this. I bet you're going to beat me.
Okay, no worries. Then we don't have to do it.
No, I would love to do it. I would still try it. Like I always say this, I've gotten a lot of questions about the dozen. How come Sopranos isn't your niche entourages? I was a late bloomer of Sopranos. One of my claims to fame was in 2017 when I first watched Sopranos. Remember when Twitter had moments?
Say again?
Remember when Twitter had moments?
Yeah.
Twitter made a live moment to like follow along this first Sopranos watcher because I was live tweeting the whole show on Twitter. So the first time I watched Sopranos was 2017, and it's such a long show. I've only watched it probably 4 or 5 times, whereas I've watched Entourage probably literally like 30 times.
So basically, our producer, he's from Long Island.
Beautiful.
He's obsessed with Entourage and Sopranos.
Sounds like my type of guy.
I've set up, he wasn't able to be here, but he said if we ever had Glenny on, I'd like to compete against him.
Yes.
Entourage and Sopranos.
Oh, he's got Entourage too?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Honestly, very like-minded individuals.
Okay.
I don't know about his OnlyFans preference.
I want to hear more about this guy. I like him.
Nicky Quinn is a huge, I don't know actually if he's a Ranger or Island.
You know what town he's from?
He's from right by the school, not Binghamton. What's the Suffolk?
SUNY Farmage, Stony Brook.
Stony Brook. He's right by Stony Brook.
So he's a little farther out. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he loves Sopranos. He was telling me to ask all about I forget her name, but Adriana.
Yeah, Jerry.
Yes, like he's obsessed and he consumes all your content.
My king.
So yeah, he's a great guy. We're trying to get this podcast off the ground so he can get a full-time job and doesn't have to be a prison guard.
Now I want to fucking get this podcast off the ground.
No,
what crazy shit do you want me to say?
whatever you're willing to. No, seriously, Nicky Quinn, if he's trying to be a prison guard right now. That's like his avenue.
Corrections is a good job.
Yeah, corrections is a great job. But the thing is, he would not do well in prison.
Okay.
Just like if you saw this guy, you'd be like, we need to do everything we can to make sure this guy doesn't become a CO at Rikers.
Okay.
Because his whole like career path is like, I literally just like endorsed him. I got a letter from the New York Department of Corrections that came in to Barstool HQ. And Pat was like, yo, Billy, why is it corrections sending you a letter saying Billy Football Barstool Sports?
Oh man. Okay.
So here's our first, we're going to start with Sopranos or Entourage, your choice.
Let's start with harder. Let's start with Sopranos.
Okay. First question. Where did Big Pussy claim he'd been to fix his back at the beginning of season 2?
Puerto Rico.
Correct. Ralphie nearly blinds Georgie at the strip club while reenacting a scene from what movie?
Gladiator.
Correct. What was the name of Christopher Moltisanti's movie?
Cleaver.
Correct. Gloria Trillo worked at what said car dealership?
Mercedes.
Yep. How many years did Phil Leotardo spend in the can?
15.
20.
I did 20 fucking years.
20 fucking years.
I was thinking 15 fucking years. For some reason, 15 sounded better than 20.
15 fucking the alliteration.
Yeah.
What was the name of Tony and Janice's sister?
Oh my God, this is embarrassing. See, I haven't watched it. I actually haven't watched Sopranos in like 3 years. I'm literally picturing her face. This is really bad. This is so bad. Oh my God. Give me 10 seconds.
You get 10 seconds.
This is what I'm saying. I haven't watched a show in 3 years.
I'm honestly terrible at names. So
Oh my God.
while you're thinking, are there any more plans for Balls Beachwear?
Not to my knowledge, sadly. I love Balls Beachwear. And honestly, I'm honestly, speaking of Sopranos, in my style, I've been kind of changing to Tony Soprano shirts.
Oh.
I found some great websites that do like Tony Soprano shirts. They're fucking awesome.
I'm actually all aboard on that. I've been rocking like bowling shirts.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Dude.
And there's like bowling shirts and also kind of sweaters.
Yeah.
Because I've been like thinking of, not that I've been thinking of, I think I've been maturing a little bit. Like I've been doing more dinners, more nice dinners.
Fall's coming.
Like when we're traveling.
Yeah.
I just love a good dinner as opposed to like going out and getting smashed.
Yeah.
So and these shirts are perfect for a good dinner. They're good for bars. They're awesome.
It's weird working this job because it's a lot of drinking. It's a lot of going out.
If you choose it to be, but like for Sunday, we travel constantly.
Yeah.
I think if you're lucky enough to be able to travel for work, you should go out and enjoy the cities that you get to go to.
Right.
I don't want to go to these cities and sit in a hotel room.
Yeah, no, exactly. But where it catches up on you.
You're preaching on the choir, brother.
Dude. So I'm going through the same thing where it's like, I got to kind of grow the fuck up in that.
And I just love it so much, but somehow I apparently got my blood work done recently and my blood was all good. I don't know how.
Dude, yeah, I got my blood work done and they were like, I was like, how's the liver doing?
I told my mom that because my mom works at the doctor's office. She's the manager of the doctor's office and her boss is the doctor. So I was like, you're fucking telling me that my liver numbers are okay? Because I thought they were going to be horrible. She was like, no, they're fine. I was like, are you fucking insane? There's no way. There's literally no way.
Well, dude, the liver is one of those organs that if you like cut out a piece of it, it grows. It's like the only thing that can regenerate.
It's crazy.
Dude, like apparently, to get to like liver toxicity, it's basically being constantly drunk for like over a couple months.
Yeah, because I don't drink every day, but like I'm clocking probably 3-4 a week.
I mean, sometimes you just like, it's the summer. And that's why Labor Day is so tough because like I've been drinking all summer. I'm probably like the most in shape coming at like March.
Yeah.
Just because
I just wish there was less stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like I always, like once again, we travel all the time. Like I'm lucky enough to have like a fun life. But I feel like it would almost be a disservice if I didn't these things.
Because imagine if you were just being lame.
It's not like I'm going home and fucking drinking in my basement by myself.
Right. Power rank your favorite cities to go out in. Because you've been to a bunch.
How many you want to give me? 5?
As many as you want to give.
You know what? I'm going to give you some and then we'll rank them. I'm just going to give you some off the rip.
Perfect.
Nashville, obviously. Tampa Bay.
Whoa.
St. Pete, we'll tie those together. They're next to each other.
Okay.
Delray Beach. I actually don't fucking hate LA. I'm going to go LA. And then these are all very basic answers. I'm trying to think of a good one that's not. Scottsdale's really good. Charleston's really good. Actually, I fucking love Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia is one of the best going out cities. So I'm going to go right now off the top of my head. Very impartial to Nashville. Nashville's number 1.
Right. Super
underrated place. Tampa, St. Pete. That's my 2.
Yep.
3, I'm going to go with Delray Beach. 4, I'm going to go with Philadelphia. And 5, I am going to do... Fuck. I just came home from San Diego. That was awesome too. You know what? Austin, Texas. I really liked Austin when I went. I've only been once. I've only been one time, but I really liked it.
I went to Austin.
They have a great boat scene too.
Yeah, that
really
lake.
Cool. Yeah, Lake Travis, Lake Austin, and good bars. So I'm gonna actually go Austin 5.
The LA thing I don't get.
Let me tell you, we've been going out there a little more often for Sundays.
Yeah,
it's growing on me.
Is it? I mean, the thing is, just for me, I kind of like a walkable bar scene.
Yeah, which they definitely don't have.
They don't have, and also like I like a bar, not a club.
Agreed. But I actually went to some bars in Santa Monica the other day.
Oh,
and it was walkable. There was a few really good ones. Thumbs up. If you're ever in LA, go out in Santa Monica.
I was with Ohio State in West Hollywood, which was kind of near Santa Monica.
Where'd you go in West Hollywood? 'Cause you were just there for the USC thing, right?
Yeah. And I was like, I was trying to find the Pink Pony Club to do a Chappelle Roan post. Just like thought I would do interactions. Doesn't exist.
Oh, the name just popped in my head, by the way. Barbara.
Got it right. I was going to give you that time.
I was waiting to fucking talk to you long enough to think.
I hate names, that the name game. Cause like, I like will know everything about like, especially football players. I'll know everything about them, where they went to college, you know, their play style, their number, but I just will forget their name.
I'm not gonna obviously know the name. I just can't, can't think of it at that time. But sorry, what were you saying? West Hollywood?
I was saying it like a La Quinta.
Yeah.
Is it La Quinta?
La Quinta Inn.
La Quinta Inn. And we were just near that one bar. Thunderbirds was sick.
There's a few good bars in West Hollywood. There's Blind Pig is okay. There's one bar, it's like TikTok famous now, but it's a
Saddleback.
No, Barney's Beanery.
Oh.
Saddle Ranch was like the mid-COVID TikTok bar, like in 2020. Now it's this place, Barney's Beanery. But Barney's I went to before it got ran over by TikTokers. It's a fucking awesome bar. And they actually mentioned it in Entourage. There's like 5 of them now. But like when Eddie Burns calls Drama and offers him the bar in 5 towns, and he's like, Drama, we just wanted to bring you in to make sure you're not too old these days.
Yeah.
He just goes, you kidding? Like, I called you at Barney's Beanery last Thursday. Like the bar itself though is still really cool. It's like they got karaoke some nights, pool, arcade games, and it's like a dive. But now it's just ran by TikTokers. It's crazy.
Dude, the Saddleback Ranch.
Yeah, me and Caleb went there during COVID one time.
That was weird.
Yeah, Saddle Ranch.
It's weird.
And that's right on Sunset Strip. So I was like right by the Comedy Store.
Yeah. And the weirdest part about it is the reason why it became such a big TikToker place was because it's the only bar that you don't have to get carded to get into. Because it's technically a restaurant too, and the bar's next to the restaurant.
Yeah, honestly, a cool place to drink in LA too. I've only done it like twice. Yeah, but there's like an outdoor bar at the Comedy Store. Oh, and like at night, like people will just hang out at the outdoor bar. It's cool.
Oh, nice. So like, there's a bunch of I mean, that's where like Rogan got to start, right?
Comedy Store is like one of the most legendary. I went this past week. I went to they did like almost like a Kill Tony night. It was are you a Kill Tony guy at all?
Yeah, I see the clips.
They had like Cam Patterson there. It was awesome. They had Ari Mahdi, who's like probably my favorite comedian right now. Have you seen him?
What's some of his bits?
He's Estonian. You would know he's Estonian. So he has like a no fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like
outside of guys that are in like Shane's level of comedy, he's like I think he's the funniest comedian.
Oh yeah, no,
he's fucking hilarious.
He's the one who's like under Russia. We had great theaters. Oh no, that was his podcast episode.
His name is Ari Mahdi, and I every time he's on Kill Tony, I think he's absolutely hilarious. He's awesome. I'm a huge fan. And so he was there. So I was like, fuck it, we got to go.
Yeah. We're going to hit you some Entourage trivia just to end it up.
Like,
so
I got nothing else. I got nowhere else to be. We could go for 10 more hours.
We could. We're going to crack some beers.
Let's do Entourage. I'm not anymore.
What did Aquaman do opening weekend at the box office?
I'm trying to think if I can remember the exact number, but they beat Spider-Man. Biggest opening ever.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
213 million. 113.
116, but close.
Okay.
160 million. What's the movie premiere in the pilot episode with Vince featuring Jessica Alba?
That would be Head On.
Perfect. After the fallout, who replaced Vince on Aquaman 2?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Got it. What's the name of the dog?
Written by Kevin Smith, directed by Michael Bay.
What's the name of the dog the gang adopts?
Arnold, baby.
Got it.
These are way too easy.
In honor of Only Stands, what was Billy Walsh's porn director alias?
So you want to hear a fun fact about this?
Yeah.
That's how I got my name.
Amazing.
So I always say I made the name Glenn, not made the name, but me and my friends like jokingly like in high school, college made up like fake gambling names for us. Yeah. And we all love Goodfellas, Sopranos, Entourage. So in Entourage, the answer to this question is Wally Balls. Mm-hmm. And in Goodfellas, there's a guy named Sally Balls. So I think just subconsciously, I just put those two together and came up with Glenny Balls.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I would actually say that is probably the reason why my name is what it is.
That's awesome. Dude, you nailed it. You were 9 for 10. And the one you missed
20 fucking years.
And you were 3 off.
Of the million. I should have got 116. That's embarrassing.
Dude, I mean, that's awesome. So wait, you made gambling names as in?
Just like we thought it'd be fun to like do like I don't know, like gambling mob names. Like I remember we had to bet the horses.
Yeah.
Like we would go to Belmont every now and then. So we would I like to make a username to bet the horses.
Okay.
Like that's still my name on that app.
Belmont. is a scene. I'm in the background of a huge fight in South Boston. I'm not in the fight, but there's just this huge brawl breaks out and I see it and I'm like holding a beer on the street and like it just breaks out right in front of me. And I don't know these guys. And I'm like, I don't want to get involved. But then I was like, I don't want anyone else to like think I'm involved.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to get sucker punched. So I just like stood with my back against a wall. It was just like watching it all unfold in front of me. And then like some stoolies were like, wait a second. In the fight video was going viral. They're like, wait a second, that's fucking Billy in the background.
Are you a Entourage guy at all?
I watched it.
And I was going to do a very, very, very obscure reference, but
Go for
I
it.
haven't seen it. When they get into the fight in Vegas, they all fight and then Vince just takes his drink and just like moves away because he knows he can't be involved.
Yeah. Is what it is. Well, Glenny, thank you so much for coming on.
Billy, I had a good time. This was fun.
I'd have you whenever you want to come on.
If you ever need me again in a pinch, I'm in.
You got any crazy conspiracy theories?
Ooh, crazy conspiracy theories.
And then I'm going to need you to tell me what you talked about with Aaron Rodgers.
I could tell you that. Maybe
Off camera.
But I'm trying to think if there's one thing I could say on camera that he fucking said. Honestly, it was fucking awesome. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, I just love people that like the same shit as me.
Yeah.
So once we were leaving that night and I was like feeling kind of buzzed already.
Yeah.
I was like, Aaron, Goodfellas, you like it? He just goes, obviously. I was like, my king, my fucking king. But conspiracy theories. I mean, stupid. I'm going to say biggest one ever. I love the JFK. I think we've talked about this before, me and you. I love cryptids. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a conspiracy theory,
No, they're out there.
but I do love cryptids. I'm a big cryptid person.
There's a possibility that all the cryptids do exist. They just only happen when there's interdimensional tears in our space time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting Billy football.
Like they just appear randomly so for example, if UFOs are real,
Yes.
the government's been saying they're real
Mhm.
and they're like, we don't know what these are. And they move in ways that traverse space time.
Yes.
So then that means that if something's tearing through space time here, does that leave ripples across the earth? Like, for example, like if you like have a wake with a boat, if something's ripping through space time and causing a wake, then hitting something and then causes another wake, like a tear, and then like Sasquatch pops out. And then it just disappears.
Would that maybe be like how the MH370 disappeared?
Yeah. Well, we had a great episode.
I know. I didn't watch the whole episode, but
Yeah,
I watched.
that was
I
wild.
watched a few of it.
Yeah, they say they just disappeared that plane because they were like, he said, our guy, shout out, how do I forget? Ashton Forbes. He was like, yo, the US government disappeared this plane so the Chinese wouldn't get access to AI. And he has a lot of convincing evidence.
What are some other weird? What's like a good? You know what I'd love to pull up? What's a good like Hollywood conspiracy theory?
There's a ton.
Like I love Hollywood conspiracy
Kurt
theories.
Cobain was killed by his
Courtney Love.
wife's Courtney Love's boyfriend. And there's so many, that's a whack one because you have so many people posing with shotguns showing how it would be impossible to pull the trigger
Mhm.
with your toe.
What's your take on JFK? Who do you think killed him?
Probably the CIA. I mean, Tucker Carlson got taken off of Fox for saying that. And then Trump's quote on it was, if you knew what I knew, you wouldn't tell anybody either.
You think CIA and then fucking blame the mob?
Blame the mob, frame the mob, did it with the mob because they knew they could get it done. And then,
Interesting.
I mean, Marilyn also was definitely, Marilyn Monroe did not overdose. That's another one.
You don't think so?
Yeah, she was definitely killed
What would be the motive for killing her though?
because she knew too much
Oh, from being
from
JFK's
being
queen.
JFK. Yeah.
But then why wouldn't you kill Jackie?
Well, you know what Jackie did after JFK got killed?
She jumped over the roof. She jumped over the hood to get
No,
out.
she like married the one person.
Oh, that
with
like fucking that
Yeah.
rich, super rich guy.
super rich guy with a private island.
Mm-hmm.
The only place that she could be totally safe from whoever was going after all those people.
Yeah, but then theoretically, why would they not also target Jackie that day? I'm sure they maybe were. You think they were going to maybe try to do Jackie too?
Well, I mean, it was probably get JFK first.
Yeah.
And who knows how much Jackie knew? They probably couldn't. They probably didn't want to get both of them because then that wouldn't be an assassin. That would be a
Interesting.
conspiracy. Whereas Monroe is like, oh yeah, she could die and we could get away with it.
So do you think Jack Ruby was working with the mob
Oh, absolutely.
and he got hired by the mob?
And then they dosed him with LSD so much that he went schizo in prison.
Mhm.
So, I mean, MK Ultra,
Interesting stuff, Billy.
they didn't stop.
Interesting stuff, Billy.
Yeah. I mean, hey, gotta ask some questions. But I gotta hear what Aaron Rodgers says. So let's end this interview. Thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe. Keep Nikki Quinn out of prison. Check out the YouTube. Do all the Instagram, Twitter. We're going off on Reels. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you, crackheads, crack maidens.
Thank you for losing my crack virginity. And yeah, we got to help Nikki Quinn out. So let's keep
We have to have another. We call it. What do we call it with Dana? We just called it
Yogfest.
Epic Beers.
Yeah.
Or just I forgot what we called it, but we just like one Thursday night we just got hammered and had good crack.
I love potting with the beer guy. I'm in. All right.
Sweet. We're going.
Thank you, Billy.
Hope you guys enjoyed Glenny. Now for some football talk. I'm down. Nikki Quinn, how you doing?
Doing good, Billy. Happy to be here.
Dude, shout out Nikki Quinn. Nikki Quinn, how many YouTube views have we gotten in the past 30 days? Because this is some insane numbers.
Last 30 days, it's been about 284,000.
Please subscribe to the YouTube. We're getting a lot of views, which is great, but we need some more subscribers. If you haven't, please take out your phone right now and subscribe to the YouTube. Audio Crack. That's Crack, CRAIC. I'll give you 2 seconds to do it right now. You can exit out. Okay. So go to the app, put it into the spacebar, AUDIOCRAIC. Right, enter. It's a blue picture. Click it, then click subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Hope you did it. But yeah, so honestly, I want to get a little Heisman talk because we've seen enough college football, and I kind of want Ryan Williams to win Heisman. I'm kind of rooting for him. I mean, he's played huge and big games. We'll see how he plays down the stretch. But I could see Ryan Williams winning the Heisman and being the youngest Heisman winner ever, because you know that's like an angle that makes headlines and will make people watch. It's great for the media. I mean, Travis Hunter hits all the criteria for Heisman because he is such a valuable player on the field.
Ashton Genty has 13 touchdowns and 845 rushing yards in just 4 games.
That's the Boise State guy, right?
Boise State running back.
That's a guy that hopefully doesn't get too much mileage, and then he goes to the league and just like becomes an absolute beast. Because, since he's not playing SEC, like major Big Ten, he's like not going to get all the wear and tear from the real big boys in the trenches in those conferences. And I could see him being an amazing NFL prospect just from not having the wear and tear of an SEC schedule or the now Big Ten schedule.
One person that I can guarantee will be at the Heisman Trophy ceremony in December is Jalen Milroe. I can't guarantee that he'll win, but he will definitely be in attendance.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, he's been actually playing lights out.
18 touchdowns, only 1 interception.
Not turning the ball over is huge. I mean, I got to see him down the stretch, though, because, besides the Georgia game, I haven't really seen that much intent. Like, he's made some amazing plays with his feet, but I kind of felt like Ryan Williams bailed him out.
Heisman Trophy power rankings go Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter, Jalen Milroe, Cam Ward, Quinn Ewers, if he can get back into it. Jackson Dart just lost last weekend, but he still has the numbers. If they could just get 10 wins, he'll be invited.
I know the Ryan Williams one is totally ridiculous, but it's just my dark horse that I want to see develop over the rest of the season because he might be the best player in college football.
If Quinn Ewers could get back for Oklahoma week and throw about 3-4 touchdowns, he can insert himself back into the Heisman race.
I mean, that's one guy that. Do you think he gets to start for Texas again, or they're just going to stick with Arch Manning?
With the bye week this week, that will give Ewers 3 weeks to prepare and rest before Oklahoma Red River. If he could just throw 2-3 touchdowns, he's right back in it.
If he throws 2 picks, do you bench him for Arch Manning?
Absolutely not.
1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
You got to ride with Quinn Ewers because he beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa last year and brought Texas to the college football playoff.
Okay. I mean, I kind of agree with that, but I'm sort of just seeing when the pendulum swings to we should just go with the future in Arch Manning.
Arch played possibly 2 of the worst teams in Division I football and the worst team in the SEC, so it's really hard to tell how good he is coming off just these 3 games. Obviously, he looks the part, but until we see him against a real opponent, it's going to be hard to really say whether or not he could be an elite quarterback.
Absolutely. I mean, I could also see Arch wanting to sit back down and just put that on the tape before, like, to get the confidence to go into next season. You don't get into a bloodbath and just, start too soon against too big of teams. But getting into the NFL, the Jets fucking suck. It now head coach Saleh, and I mean, it's on him. You can't go into a game like that. Like, the play calling was iffy. I mean, Hackett has got to look in the mirror. Like, we can't lose to freaking Bo Nix. Like, that's bullshit.
Jets Broncos, not much to say besides it was ugly. Jets got in their own way a bunch of times. 13 penalties, 9 points, 3 field goals. Getting stopped on the 1, can't have it. Robert Saleh on the hot seat, been on the hot seat, but now it's even hotter. We got the Bills and the Vikings coming up. You have to win at least one of these games or else it's done. The season could be done.
It's 4-0 Vikings at US Bank. So then you're going to have a Sam Darnold revenge game against the Jets. It's not looking good, but it's in a dome. So they're not going to be playing in a shit show like they were last week. Dude, the rain was so bad. Like, kind of like, I low-key, like, the game was so bad. I was watching the game, and then at halftime, I nodded off, and then I woke up, and it was right when they were kicking the supposed to be game-winning field goal, and it just shanked. So I was getting a lot of shit on Twitter for saying I fell asleep during the game, but it was such a shitty game that there was no action to even stay up for. I mean, I'm sorry. I tried. That makes me a fake fan.
What do you think about the finger guns getting a 15-yard penalty?
Absolute bullshit. I mean, that's one of those ones where it just, like, winds me up. Like, what the fuck are the refs doing? It's literally ruining the game, and it's ruining the product. You know how many big plays are just getting taken back by stupid shit nowadays? I don't even know. But what do we got for Thursday Night Football? Let me check this out, and I'll tell you exactly my picks.
While Billy's looking into that, every time the Jets would go to commercial, I would cut back to red zone, and you just see Sam Darnold lighting it up, and you're like, we'll never have that. We will just never have that.
Dude, Geno Smith and Sam Darnold are making me like, I think that Miami should trade for Zach Wilson. I know that sounds ridiculous, but like,
Jameis.
True. But like, Miami might want to think about doing that because looking at Darnold, looking at Geno Smith, like, Geno Smith got ran out of town and now he's balling out in Seattle. I mean, crazy. Tomorrow we got Baker versus Kirk Cousins, Bucks versus Falcons at Falcons in a dome. I'm a sucker for money line, and I know I haven't hit many, but I'm taking Bucks plus 105.
That's a solid bet. Always ride with Baker.
Absolutely. More on that. I think looking into this week, the Jets money line I'm going to take just because.
I would not take Jets money line this week.
I know, but just because, say you rode with it. Bills Texans is split. I'm going to wait for the money line to change on that. But I like that game. I like Bills Texans. I like Ravens Bengals. Just games to watch. I mean, Dolphins Patriots. Now that would have been a good game a couple years ago, but now it's a shit game. But yeah, those are the big games I'm looking at right now that I think are going to be really fun watches. Yeah. So those are my favorite games of the week. I think we'll wrap it up there. Nikki Quinn, you got anything else before we go?
Shout out to Stony Brook football. 692 days without a win. Winless in 2023. 4-1 this year. Billy Kosh, first year head coach, got the boys 4-1. Villanova's coming to town. Chuck Briori fired last year. We can't go winless in a season. You just can't do it. He was 64 years old. Billy Kosh, 32. We had the old bull. Now we want the young calf, and we're loving it, and I'm all here for it, baby.
Dude, there's this really, speaking of small-time football, there was a really fucked up tweet that got to me that went super viral. Shout out Fig Newton fan 69. He tweeted, D3 football is so funny to me. Yeah, I got CTE and tore both my ACLs, but we beat Middlebury. Crying face, cry laughing face, cry laughing face. Yeah. Guess what, Fig Newton fan 69? I was part of a team that beat Middlebury. Yeah. And it was absolutely fucking worth it. No, I did not play that much, but you just don't get it, man. Beating Middlebury was fucking hype. And we did it like with 3 seconds left in the game. And yeah. And my CT and injuries were just from practice. So you don't fucking get it, dude. It's sick. Beating Middlebury was sick. Middlebury kind of sucks nowadays.
Did you see the story that came out like 2 hours ago about Rasheed Rice's mom stealing like a package off someone's like porch or something while wearing a Rasheed Rice jersey?
That's fucking wild. Is that the guy? He got in. That was who Patrick Mahomes
Yes.
broke his leg. Wait, she stole Chappelle Roan's records?
Just go to Jack Mack Twitter.
Wait.
That's where I get all my news from.
Oh, she stole it from her neighbor? Okay, maybe she thought it was her package. Who knows? Give her the benefit of the doubt. But the only person in the world who can get away with throwing a terrible tackle and injuring their teammate after throwing a pick six is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's the only person in this world who can get away with something like that. Like, if Bo Nix did that, if any other quarterback did that, everyone would be like replaying, like, oh my God, this is such a terrible move. Like, quarterbacks, like, how could you do this to your own teammate, throwing a terrible tackle that would definitely get a guy hurt, and you literally just like ended your teammate's career. Like, that's the only person who can get away with it is Patrick Mahomes. But I think that just wraps it up. I've officially surrendered and summer is over. It took me a long time. September was great weather, but I finally surrendered that this is the first weekend of fall. So RIP summer 2024. It was pretty awesome. It was a lot of work, but the relaxation was fun and the work was rewarding. I hope everyone else had that in 2024 summer. Least you can ask for. How you going?
Daddy used to knock them down, yeah, and I should have known not to mess around with the nightlife or the bright light.